Does God exist? This is one of the biggest questions asked throughout human history. It's a philosophical question. It's a theological question. It's a question that has massive implications for our world, for our lives. So, does he exist? Well, it's complicated, isn't it? These days, many people don't believe in God. They see all the pain, suffering, and injustice in our world, even within the church itself, and they can't imagine that there's a loving God out there somewhere. Others believe God might exist, but if he does, he probably doesn't care much about us and doesn't have anything to do with our world. In this view, even if God does exist, we have no way of actually knowing him. Then there are other people who do believe in God, but they view him as kind of this angry, disappointed father continually sitting in judgment and hostility. A God who demands perfection. A God who rejects everyone who doesn't toe the line. A God that rules through violence and fear. So, what do we make of all this? Can humanity ever truly answer this question? Does God exist? Well, we think so. Why? Because of one man, a humble Jewish rabbi who lived thousands of years ago in first century Palestine. A man who claimed to be the living, breathing, walking, talking embodiment of God's divine presence. A man who taught his followers to love their neighbors and pray for their enemies. A man who introduced the world to a new way of being, a way centered on selfless love. That man was Jesus. And Christians believe God is real, and more than just real, that we can actually intimately know this God because of what we see in Jesus. We see all the fullness of God put on display in the life, teachings, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So who's Jesus? Well, that's a question for our next video.